A warm welcome to everyone. This is Rainer Michael Prinsloo. Having a chat today about our workshop safety here in our Thabazimbi branch under Lure Engineering and Construction. So you'll see it's not a extremely serious slideshow that we're going to do, but at the end everything is extremely important, and I hope we all take it to heart as well, the comedy side and obviously the seriousness of these findings that we've got. Okay, why we've got this the safety meeting today, or the presentation. Safety is obviously the most important part of our careers. We will always be able to draw new spares and new spare parts out of our store yard or procurement department, but I believe that unfortunately all hands, feet, eyes and all body parts is out of stock and discontinued, so that is not something that we can replace at the end. And then obviously we are all our brothers keepers. All right, so the first one I want to make aware is drop zones in our workshop. Yeah, a flat head is not a nice look on you, so come on guys, stay clear of the barricading. If barricading is set up, please watch where you walk, and also the person operating the crane, that guy doesn't always look at us while he's busy operating, so please ensure that he knows where you are, not the other way around. Our slip, trip and fall, we've got designated walking areas. Please ensure we make use of those ones. They are not there just because we want them. They are there to keep us all safe. Housekeeping, and guess what guys, housekeeping again. This is something that we mention each and every day to everyone. I still don't understand. I mean, do you go to the toilet and then you use the sink to go number 2 and you use the toilet to brush your teeth? No guys, we do it the right way. I mean, being clean is not a crime. Let's look after ourselves. I'm sure at home where you go back to, your house doesn't look the way our workshop look. If you have a look at this guy's hands there and fingers, the pedestal grinder is definitely a limb chewer. This thing will eat you up. We've got the dressing tool. You all have training on this bench grinding machine. There's safety signs set up for goggles, face shield, and all of those things. Please make use of that. The lathe machine, as you can see, there's a dinosaur at the back. This machine will eat you completely alive. I'm sure we all have seen lathe videos in the past where this equipment sucks you in, chows you up. So there's some checks that we can do before we start working. Check if the e-stop is working, the back stop. Make sure that you don't wear any loose clothes. I mean, that machine will definitely roll you up. Very nice representation of our bandsaw machine. So rock, paper, scissors, bandsaw. We've all seen incidents and accidents happen with a bandsaw. You will definitely lose a finger. Drill presses, please don't just use this machine when not clamping your equipment down. I mean, me myself in the past have had accidents on the drill press where I don't clamp and I think my hands are strong enough to hold on to the material. This is definitely not the case. That is why we have our clamping tools and all that on the drill press. The Boilermaker and Fitter Shop, guys, we use a hammer. We use from a 2-pound hammer to 16-pound hammers there daily. We eat with those hammers. We pound with those hammers. Please make sure that whenever you walk into the workshop that you've got ear protection on. This is definitely an extremely noisy area, and acknowledge your co-worker while walking in there, so that they, when they are busy concentrating on the work, they can actually know, okay, right, there's someone here. So when I need to use a hammer or make noise or busy welding or whatever the case may be, that your co-worker knows that you are there. Extremely nice picture here of fire safety and hot work. Make sure that you've got your equipment with you to kill the fires. We've got fire extinguishers all around. Let's clean the area. Let's make sure that the area is safe to actually use a cutting torch or whatever we are busy using. I know the safety guys react like this when they come to you. They almost look like they've got bubble wrap and all that stuff on. But PPE actually makes a big difference. It's not that's just there just to be laying around or to write our names on. And we need to look after our PPE. Those things cost a lot of money to the company, but the company doesn't mind spending those money as long as we use the PPE. Okay, workshop safety and signs, they are not there just for funny pictures. When you walk into the workshop, please adhere to all safety signs. Ensure you've got your hard hat, steel toe shoes. Everything was written in blood in the past. So those things are there for a reason. Equipment check. Safety first. Inspect brain for proper operation before use. Guys, check the tools. I mean, check the mushrooming on hammers. Check the physical machines in the shop that we are going to use. Check that the stuff is not loose, that when you use the bandsaw cut-off machine, that the blade is actually in place. Don't just pick up a grinder and grind. Feel if the disc is still tightened. Check on the disc for the dates if it's not expired. Unsafe tooling. Guys, if we check here, we've all done something similar to this picture shown to the right. Please use the tools in the correct way, and also ensure that whenever a tool is got a default, that we report back to our store tool guide. Key registers, guys. We mark the keys, we label the keys, the box is in place, everything is in place. When I get there 11, 12 at night and I want to open that cupboard, the key that I'm looking for that day will be gone. This is no good, and we need to stick to our rules. So there's been a camera installed, and we need the register to be completed every time signing in and signing back, and then obviously whatever needs to happen after that. Emergency preparedness. We do the tests every Thursday. The alarm sounds for 30 seconds, as in our induction that we get in the start of every year at 11 o'clock. The other day we did a random test, and we saw that things didn't go according to plan. I need everyone to stay calm, move to the designated areas. Don't first go and make a coffee or whatever the case may be. When the alarm goes, it actually means there's an issue in our section, and we need to adhere to those safety alarms. The training that has been booked, a lot of guys don't pitch up for the training day. They stay at home because they know they're still going to get paid for that day. This is obviously unacceptable behavior. Imagine if this guy uses his training after 6 months. Do you think that will be the same size weight that he'll be using? No, the weights will increase. So that is why we do training, so that we are all educated on what we do and what we use.